Welcome to Manga Experts. We are back with another top 10 recommendation list. If you like our videos, please leave a like and subscribe for regular updates of our videos. Without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. The Doomsday. A new kind of virus has been spreading around the world, and humanity failed to find a cure for it. Finally, a professor upgraded some humans into machine-like hybrids. These hybrids are not affected by the virus, but after some time, these hybrids decided that humans are mere pests, and they need to be exterminated. Mankind, in order to keep itself safe from extinction from these hybrids, chose to leave Earth in search for a new home among the stars. A man named Noah decided to build an ark to preserve what was most precious to humans. This manhwa has a lot of mech stuff. The story of this manhwa is good, and the art is also nice on the eyes, but it becomes a little bit confusing during fight scenes. The characters are written very well. This manhwa is only recommended for hardcore mecha genre fans. Number 9. Start raising dragons from today. Lin got isekai'd in a world full of magic. He also obtained a cheat called Dragon Ranch. Lin relied on the power obtained by raising dragons, so he started to raise dragons diligently. Many years later, he entered the Holy Iris Academy to learn magic. He wanted to hide his strength and develop wretchedly, but he always encountered all kinds of difficulties and had to show his amazing ability. He wants to become an unparalleled powerhouse in this world and find the truth behind his missing parents. The main character has a system similar to the game Dragon City, where he raises dragons, and the more bigger the dragons get, the more powerful the MC becomes. The art of this manhwa is decent. The story is a bit mediocre, but the execution of the plot makes up for it. This is highly recommended for you if you like Dragon City. Number 8. My School Life Pretending to be a Worthless Person. Mankind discovered Ideya, which is the essence of the human soul, and they succeeded in achieving materialization. Society was built around Ideya, which was invulnerable to conventional weapons. Humanity started to place all their focus into the combat power of Ideya. Park Jin-sung, the main character, possessed an F-rank soul and F-rank combat power. After the introduction of a poor military program to his high school and the Ideya rank system, Park Jin-sung became one of the weak and suffered under his peers' contempt for 10 years. However, in reality, the Ideya he had awakened was actually the S-rank, absolute killing intent. The overall world building of this manhwa is unique in some ways. Some of the characters can be a little bit childish or edgy sometimes. Well, it makes sense since they are high schoolers. But this manhwa lacks in action scenes sometimes. Give this a try if you want a modern fantasy manhwa set in a high school. Number 7. On My Way to Kill God. Because of the demons, humanity was thrown into a battle they could not refuse. The people dragged into Halation hunted monsters in a desperate struggle to survive. To escape and to take revenge against the demon god, they must endlessly grow and become even stronger. This fantasy manhwa has unique world building. Humans were isekai to another world, where demons rules and humans have to hunt other monsters in order to survive. Our main character is also a newly isekai'd hunter who met a master in this hell who told him a secret of growth only a few people know about. This helped him a lot in growing stronger. The main character has a decent personality and side characters are written well. The art is good and fight scenes are also amazing. The only downside of this manhwa is that the main character takes a lot of time grinding in levels, which can become boring for some readers, and the plot also progresses at a slow pace. So, if you want an overpowered main character grinding faster, then this manhwa is not for you. Also, make sure to skip chapter 1 because it has a major spoiler. Number 6. Hand Jumper. Sion Lee despises aberrants. They wreak havoc in society with their strange unthinkable powers. It's just too bad she happens to be an aberrant herself. Forced to fend for her life in the deadly aberrant core, she's determined to make it to the top, and her unusual ability should help her, if only she can figure out how to use it in time. Story-wise, this webtoon is quite good. The execution of the plot is perfect, and world building is also well knitted. The main character is weak at first, but she's going through character development. The side characters are also quite memorable, and some of them have really unique character designs. The art is really gorgeous, and the facial expressions of the characters look lit. Overall, it's a must-try for all modern fantasy genre fans who are looking for a good supernatural drama with good action and a decent story. Number 5. Aza. Throughout history, humans have been at war with the fallen, demonic creatures who were banished to live in the barrens for their sins. One day, Aza, the king of the fallen, is captured by the imperial hunters led by General Mu Riang. Aza isn't the cold-hearted monster the legends have made him out to be. In fact, he shows compassion for his fellow fallen, who have been ruthlessly hunted down by the humans, and even offers himself up in exchange for his people's safety. After this eye-opening encounter, Mu Riang begins to question who the sinners really are, and Aza plans to use a general's changing perspective to turn him against the crown prince, Zhongjin, and put an end to centuries' worth of conflict. This is a fantasy webtoon with solid political drama theme set in the medieval dynasty. The world building of this webtoon is quite unique. The main character at first appears to be naive, but later on it's revealed he's very cunning and also ruthless at the same time. The side characters are also written well, and they are all quite memorable. The art also looks decent to look at. Give this a try if you want a really good political drama with scheming and solid world building. And one more thing, it may first look gay to you, but don't worry, I have read up to chapter 29 and there was nothing gay in it. Number 4. Transmigrating to the other world once more. Sung Sehan was summoned to this fantasy world by a tyrant king, but the king thought the main character was talentless, so he was thrown in prison. Sehan somehow made it out of prison, and after some years, he was able to kill the tyrant ruler while burning his heart. However, this happy ending was cut short when everything was taken away from him by his companions, and he was banished back to Earth. After 10 years of gritting his teeth, he prepares for his return. This manhwa starts off a bit lame, but after some chapters the story picks up the pace and we start seeing a lot of bloodshed. At that time, the story becomes even better. The main character is also kind of overpowered from the start, so that's also a plus. The art of this manhwa is quite nice on the eyes. The side characters are also written very well, and some of them are really unique and likable. The world building is also looking good for now. Give this a try if you want a light-hearted revenge story. Number 3. The Mad Gate. Eon always wanted to become a strong adventurer, clearing perilous dungeons and embarking on fantastical journeys. So he became the assistant to the great warrior, Thor. When an ominous dungeon, known as the Mad Gate, awakens, Eon joins Thor and the world's strongest adventurers to clear it. But there, the heroes unexpectedly find themselves playing into the hands of an insane god. In a world of winners and losers, companions and betrayers, Eon will find one path to attain his dreams at the Mad Gate, but at the cost of his insanity. This is a revenge-type manhwa set in a fantasy world. The main character is ruthless, so that's also a plus. Art-wise, it's quite decent, and it shines the most during fight scenes. This manhwa also excels at the world-building department. The side characters are written well, and the plot progresses at a nice pace. Give this a try if you want a revenge story with a merciless main character. Number 2. Helmut, the Forsaken Child. Helmut was a child with a demonic seed inside him, so he was abandoned in the demonic beast forest at birth. He was raised by a demonic beast, and the first human that he met was the sword saint Darien. Little did Helmut know that this chance encounter would soon shake the foundation of his fate. Helmut needs to grow stronger if he wants to leave the demonic forest. He possessed overwhelming swordsmanship, outstanding looks, and sharp intelligence, but there was one thing he lacked: humanity. This is a top-tier fantasy manhwa. It has a unique and original story, and the execution of the plot is perfect. The world building is really lit. The main character goes through a lot of character development, and he also has a likable personality. The side characters are also written very well, and they are quite memorable. The art of this manhwa is also top tier, and it becomes even better during fight scenes. Overall, this is a must-try for every fantasy genre fan. Number 1. God Tribe. Lotta is a member of a near-extinct god tribe called the Huan tribe. He's being raised in the hands of the carnivore tribe on the remote carnivore island, far away from the mainland. The Huan tribe members being raised on the island are sent away to the Huan continent upon reaching adulthood. And Lata's older brother, Lat, has already left the island to live a new life in their homeland. But as Lata nears adulthood, the secret of the island is revealed, plunging everything into turmoil. This webtoon is really unique in terms of world building. The story and pacing of this webtoon are also quite good. The main character starts off as a naive cute boy and turns into a revenge-seeking badass in a few chapters. The side characters are also written very well, especially the bad guys. They really feel like evil and tenacious bastards. The art is also good, and it becomes more upscale during fight scenes, but sometimes the fight scenes can be a bit chaotic, and it becomes hard to tell who's beating whose ass. Other than that, it's a solid fantasy webtoon with a totally unique fantasy world and a decent story. Read it only on webtoon for the best experience. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other videos for more suggestions, and don't forget to give us a like before going. Until then, take care and we will see you in our next video.